So, in today's video, I want to show you how you can get images from your phone to your computer to use. Now, this comes from conversations with people over the last few weeks, and one conversation yesterday revolved around Iceland. This couple wants to come with me to Iceland, but the lady's not into photography, she only uses a phone, which is great because, like I told her, on my Iceland trip last June, the one I'm hosting again now, coming up in June, I shot 3 cameras, EM1 Mark II and EM1X, both from Olympus, and my iPhone. And when I imported it into Lightroom, I had the same amount of images on all of them. The quality is amazing and the ease of use is just ridiculous. And funny enough, for landscape photography, the phone's dynamic range is just stupid because it's computational. Anyway, so and this morning I spoke to someone and they were saying they took pictures on their phone. Now what? I mean, do you email it to yourself? You can, but I'm going to show you 3 different ways in which you can get images from your phone onto your computer. Now, I am shooting iPhone, always have, probably always will because of the ecosystem. Apparently the new Samsung S22 is a beast. Wouldn't mind giving it a try, but like I said, my whole ecosystem, everything is Apple. So the first one then is AirDrop, which is Apple to Apple devices. The second one, I'm going to show you how Photos works, which is also an Apple product ecosystem. And then finally Lightroom, because it's easy on all fronts. So jumping onto the phone, what I can do now is I go into my images at the top here, Photos, and there is all of my photos, right? Let's say I want to choose 3. I go select at the top. I select one of Jackson, one of me, and breakfast, whatever that's there. Bottom left, you hit the button, it opens up, and I can now use this menu system to either AirDrop, there's a 1 because it's connected to my phone already, to my computer. I can go straight to Business, Outlook, TikTok, or whatever these other ones are. I am now going to go AirDrop. That opens all the devices that's in range for me now. So I'm not going to send it to Johan or Michael, the guys in the office. I'm going to click Gerry's MacBook Pro. A little circle comes around the device, it runs, and it says send underneath. Now, I'm going to now jump you quickly onto the computer to show you where they ended up, and then we can go from there. Okay, so now, like I mentioned, I've AirDropped this onto my computer. If I now jump onto the screen here, and I go to my Finder, this popped up automatically, right? And those 3 images, 3 images are the ones I just AirDropped from my phone to my computer. Now, what you'll notice here is HEIC. That's basically an iPhone RAW file, all right? So this is an image that I edited for my Instagram story, therefore it's a JPEG. The app on the phone, Snapseed, that I used, spit it out as a JPEG. Same with this one. What is this? That's breakfast. I do not know why that's there. Okay, and then the original one here. So this is a picture I took of Jackson yesterday evening. It's an HEIC. So I can now, you can't post the HEICs, you have to convert it to a JPEG, but that's easy in Lightroom and all of those. So now I'm going to delete these. Okay, and another way now that you can on an Apple MacBook, iMac, get your images from the phone onto your computer is using the built-in Photos app. Now, off the bat, I am not a fan of this program, never have been, but over the last while, 6 months, I've started using just as a simple backup. I back it up, plug it in, it comes up, I'll show you that now, and then I copy that whole library, my Photos library, onto an external drive so it stays it away. It keeps all the files, all the images, all the videos in original format, but like I said, never been a fan. Anyway, this is how it's going to work. So I created a new library on my desktop over here. And if I open that now, there's nothing in there. It's blank. All right. So I'm going to close that. And now all I do is I'm going to plug in my phone and this opens it up automatically. You can obviously set that, right? So what you do here, I'm going to open this big for you. Down the side, here's all the categories and how it catalogs the images for you. It's handy. It can be handy. Just not a fan. All right. I'm going to go to my phone. And then, I've got to unlock my phone. So let's put the password. There it is, face. And then it shows me all of the images on my phone. So if I go in here to the bottom, here's all the recents, right? You've seen all of these. So now, notice one by one, all of them just as it is. I can now select the ones that I want to bring in. And that will go then directly into Photos. Let me just do 2 or 3 for you. Jackson, a screenshot, and a cigar. Import. So now it takes those three and it lists it inside the library. Now this is also, you can add people, you can add places where it was taken, right? Recent imports and so on and so forth. Let me just show you something where they actually live now. So if I close the Photos app, this is a database, it's a closed file. I can right click on it and show package contents. Inside of that, there's originals. And this is where you will find all of your different images. Now, here's the problem I have with it. Inside here, this is a video I took of the screen of me watching Scarface this weekend. That's not in my library anymore because I deleted it before I did this video. Yet, it is still taking up space inside the library. That's a problem. Okay, I don't like that. What if you delete 7.48 gigs, but it stays in here? Okay, but that's where you would find them. That's where I can delete them off. Not a fan of this at all. Right, so because we're not a fan, I'm gonna just delete that straight up. Now, when I plug my phone in, let me just show you what's gonna happen if I've deleted my library. It comes up and it'll say there isn't one. Do you want to open another or quit? I want to quit. So the final way in which I would do this, and this is one I would recommend to my photographers and people traveling out there, is using Lightroom. So I've created a default catalog here. My phone is plugged in. I go import. I go straight to G12 Pro Max. And maybe I should open it again. There we go. And there's all the images on my phone right now. I scroll to the bottom and there's the ones. I want you to notice something. Right. Over here, if I look at these images. So here, for example, this is one of Jackson. It's an HEIC file, which is a raw file. Just before then, there's the same file, 2898, as a movie file. That's because these are live images. Now, if you do this inside Photos, it takes it into account. Lightroom sees these as two. It's an image, stationary, and a video because you can do stuff with those live images on your phone. So from here on, it's exactly like Lightroom would normally work. Import, you can catalog, you can edit the whole thing. So let me just show you if I, for example, just take one of them. Let me just check Jackson, that one, import. It's exactly the same. All the videos I've done in the past. Don't do that. I can take this straight into develop, and here I can process as I need to. Okay, but I'm going to quickly just take you back to my phone now to wrap this up to show you how that live file would work on the phone. Here we go. Okay, so we're back in the phone here. Now, if I look at this image of Jackson, for example, this is the one that on Lightroom, there was two versions. There was the image, HEIC, raw file, and there was the movie file. The reason that works, if I click on this image, look at the top here, it says live, right? That means there's more data. If I click on live, it opens up these. If I do bounce, for example, now it's thinking, it basically gives me the entire live image as a little video. Okay, if we do loop, let's go on there, we click loop, see what happens. It kind of circles it around and starts again from the beginning. Okay, that's the movie version that Lightroom will save, is a version of that. Long exposure, and I've done this on a previous video where I was speaking about Iceland. That's almost like using a very slow shutter speed and you're photographing something that's moving. Anyway, so those are just three ways for me that I find very easy to get the images from my phone onto my computer. I personally, one of the things I do is I would export it into Lightroom from the phone, and then I would process and kind of fix the things if I need to, not major, and then I would upload that entire directory to my SmugMug account, which sits in a private gallery on my website, so it's accessible anywhere in the world for me as well. If you have any questions, let me know. This is obviously, guys, like I said, iPhone heavy, because that's just what I use. If anybody wants to give me an S22, I'll do a tutorial on that as well. But the Lightroom version will work for all of it. It's really simple, and I hope that answers your questions. If any of you have any more questions around this, or about using, for example, your iPhone or Samsung or Huawei or whatever other Androids there are on a Safari, let me know. My details are at the end of this video. Thanks for watching. I'll chat to you in the next one. My name is Gerry. I'm from Wild Eye. Bye for now.